Hello, superstars. It's time for my Fighterdiet Academy, and today I want to talk a little bit about the food greed. I'm really greedy, the gluttonous pig. In Fighter Diet life, I'm playing with different kind of meal sizes. You might notice what a lot of my clients realize that we are greedy in our mouth. We love our big meals just to complain about the stuffed belly and feeling like you have, huffing and puffing. You have a food belly, a vegetable belly, and that is now the problem. So let's just talk about this, like why do we eat up? Hunger, appetite. If you have nothing in your stomach, you will be more interested to keep on eating. There's no satiety. And big filling meals, of course, have more power to stop you from eating because you are filling out the space in your stomach and the meals take longer time to eat. So it makes sense. Prevent overeating by overeating. The power of fighter diet. And I always love to eat too much. So I made the problem I had with diet to be the program. So prevent overeating then gotta be something that you do that is based on what you want, because you will not be happy if you feel that, ugh, these meals are too big, I feel full all the time, I'm backed up and I feel constipated. But there's a consequence or a price to pay when you're eating a lot. So for me, so let's just, this is my example then. I know that if I eat a normal amount of vegetables, let's say 2 pounds of cabbage and spinach, my body has no problem digesting this. I will always have a flat belly in the next morning. But I really love to push it, as in a lot more food that I'm really just eating for the joy of eating. And I could choose to have two ways to do it. If I ate like that and it was regular mainstream food that I grew up on eating, I would be fat because that kind of amount of food with the calories that go with it and designed to be more appetizing would make me gain a lot of fat. So I can choose to either feel like I'm never satisfied, or I can choose to just use my desire to eat and just take the consequence. It's the same thing with shirataki noodles or chia seed powder, pudding, or any fibers that we're just doing or using, oat fiber, that makes us happy in the moment we're eating, but then we feel like we're suffering because there was a consequence. More fiber, it distends your stomach, and you might feel like you don't get a perfect poop. But what is the alternative? Is that to always feel like you have to practice moderation, and then you feel like that same moreish feeling that makes you succumb to temptations? For me, this goes in cycles. Sometimes I eat a lot, sometimes I eat less. It depends on my lifestyle. If I have a schedule I need to get up early in the morning, I just can't eat like that at night. So when you learn the rhythm of hunger and appetite, you're gonna see that, okay, how long does it take for you to recover for your meals? Because you can't complain about eating way more than you need to. Just see me, I'm not shaming anyone else. And then cry about it later. Then I have to adjust the food volume. So let's say now that you want to feel flat belly all day long, and you have an active lifestyle and you don't want to have that big belly that takes longer time to kind of slow down or kind of normalize, so you feel that you have nothing in your stomach. You want to speed up the transit from food from your stomach intestine out to the toilet. This is when you have to work on being present with your meals, because you're gonna have the same kind of separation anxiety from eating big because it's so filling, right? That you have to kind of do a practice of, I'm gonna be mindful and be present with my eating. I'm not gonna let myself watch a show or or shovel down the food or speed eat. And I'm gonna be more mindful that yes, this is a smaller portion, but it's still big. So number one is here, be prepared that you're gonna practice the same kind of moderation when you wanna reduce your food volume, your food sizes. So instead of having 3 pounds, 4 pounds of vegetables, I would do 2 pounds. I would also make it tougher for myself to kind of finish the meal quickly. I would eat with my left instead of right. I would make eating boring by sitting and looking at my food instead of doing anything else that distracts my eating. I would go for vegetables that are not as enticing, so I have less interest to eat a lot. It's not butternut squash that is, that I spray my olive oil on anymore. It's chopped up cabbage and it's raw. Raw, I don't need as much as the baked. Yesterday I had baked cabbage wedges. Ooh, it's so delicious. But I could also eat 4 pounds. I took the whole cabbage head there and had bell peppers and onions and carrots. I was so full. And then today, of course, it's gonna be that I wouldn't be able to have an outfit with that is flat stomach, because I would have a protruding belly that would make me feel like, body conscious. So in the practice here, you're gonna notice that you get accustomed to your new size of meals. So what didn't make you satisfied before, now you notice. It's the same kind of program as in reducing size of meals, be more mindful, eat less, not so much. But in that process, you gotta be expecting that you're gonna have that more-ish, I want more, or now the meal is gone. So what do? Walk away from when you're eating. So sit in a certain place, that is when you eat your meals. Then when you're finished, keep on drinking water, sparkling water, or have some herbal tea to kind of finish with that sweetness. Or make sure you have your dessert of the carbohydrate here, and between your meal and your dessert, if you eat like that, like two med like I do, extend the time there. So you go and kind of go vacuum, or go for a short walk, or play with your cat, or read a certain protocol, or stretch, something in between that slows down the finishing of the grand buffet or the last meal. So after a few days, or maybe 2-3 weeks of this, you're gonna notice that this is the new routine. And I want you to know that long time ago now, when I had my between 2007 2012, I was not at all as eating as much vegetables as I do today. I had 1 pound of cabbage for my meals for lunch, and then I had a pound of cabbage for dinner, and then I have a pink salmon and so on. I was not at all eating as much now. That was not what I did. But do you think I was as disciplined? No, I had those. Ooh, I had a cheat day. Oh, I was always on a diet mode to get leaner, and then I sabotaged myself. So I hadn't figured that out yet. But there's a difference, right? Because it takes time to master your mind and practice and learn. So that's what you have to know too. So again, if you have food greed, I am the big gluttonous pig. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to know why, so you can kind of make a plan. If you go on vacation, or you have company, or something is out of the norm, or you're moving, and that's when you're moving, things just fall away, right? Like you don't know how to do it or stay. Then have these different kind of tips and drink a lot of water. Use the POBO, the prevent overeating by overeating practice, with drinking water and sparkling water or diet soda, whatever, and give yourself enough time to relearn what is considered you a good portion of food. And then also now you could do like this: have a few days in a row where you're eating less, and then have a big refeed. And you're gonna notice in vegetables, then you're gonna notice your appetite, you can't handle as much. That's what happens. That same thing with cheat days. If you keep on eating fighter diet, you won't want to eat as much on your indulgence days or your refeed. You just don't have the same capacity. It's the best part of staying lean and eating lean. You can't handle the high calorie, low volume, dense energy foods as much anymore. You just get nauseated.